In the heart of the Serengeti, a lone, gravely injured leopard finds himself surrounded by a deadly pride of lions, his fate seemingly sealed. What happens next will leave you speechless. Could he possibly have a chance at survival? As the first light of dawn broke over the Serengeti, the sky blushed with soft hues of pink and amber, and the vast African plains began to stir with life. The air was cool and crisp, a brief respite before the scorching heat of midday. Amid this early morning tranquility, the raw drama of survival unfolded. A lone leopard limped through the tall grass, its injured leg dragging behind it, a painful reminder of the brutal struggle it had endured just hours before. Weakened but determined, the leopard pushed forward, its instincts urging it to find refuge. Suddenly, there was a flicker of movement in the tall grass, silent and swift. A pride of lions emerged from the underbrush, their eyes locked onto the vulnerable predator. The injured leopard bared its teeth in a final act of defiance, but it was hopelessly outnumbered. 5 lions to 1, the circle tightened, muscles coiled, preparing for the inevitable. The end seemed near, until a distant roar shattered the tension, its thunderous sound breaking the fragile stillness of dawn. The lead male lion froze, his ears twitching toward the source of the noise. The leopard's heart raced, fear mounting, as it realized these might very well be its final moments. The leopard named Kovu by the rangers, who tracked him for years, was a fierce creature. Quick, agile, and always ready for a fight, but his current state, with his hind leg injured and unable to support his weight, was a cruel form of decapitation. As the lions closed in, Kovu attempted to climb a nearby tree, his muscles strained with each painful step, but his injured leg gave out, and he collapsed to the ground with a soft thud. The lions, sensing weakness, growled low in their throats, their excitement is palpable. One of the younger lions lunged with its claws extended, and Kovu barely managed to dodge, but a deep gash appeared on his side, blood mixed with the dirt as he stumbled backward, his strength faltering. The pride toyed with their prey, taking turns moving closer, then pulling back, sensing that Kovu was near breaking with one final burst of energy. The leopard sprinted toward a rocky outcrop in the distance, but 2 lionesses cut him off, blocking his escape. There was nowhere to run. Kovu huffed, standing his ground, despite the odds stacked against him, his yellow eyes flashed with defiance. The lead lion, an old male, covered in scars from a lifetime of battles, moved forward. His size and strength were unmatched, and with a deep growl, he began to close in for the final blow. But then a sound broke through the rumble of an engine. A loud honk echoed across the plains, disrupting the lions' concentration. They paused, ears flicking toward the sound through the grass. A jeep appeared, kicking up dust as it approached quickly, drawing closer to the scene inside the Jeep Ranger. Billy's eyes scanned the situation. His heart skipped a beat. When he saw the injured leopard, it was Kovu, a young male he had tracked many times before. Billy knew this would be a dangerous situation. The lions were not backing down easily. He immediately grabbed his radio, calling for backup, knowing he couldn't risk taking on the pride alone with a sense of urgency. Billy revved the Jeep's engine, hoping to startle the lions and create a distraction. The younger lions hesitated, their instincts telling them to retreat from the approaching vehicle, but the alpha male unwaveringly stood his ground. He knew his power, and he wasn't going to let a mere vehicle deter him. Billy reached for his tranquilizer rifle. His hands are steady. Despite the growing tension, he had no time to waste. If he didn't act fast, Kovu would be lost. The tension in the air was palpable as Billy's finger tightened on the trigger. His breath was steady despite the chaos unfolding around him. Without hesitation, he fired. But in the split second before the tranquilizer dart struck, its marked disaster struck. A mighty roar echoed through the Serengeti as the alpha lion charged. His powerful limbs surged forward, teeth bared in an eruption of fury. The very ground seemed to tremble beneath his might. Billy slammed the brakes, the tires screeching against the dirt as the vehicle swerved violently to the side, narrowly avoiding the lion's snapping jaws. The dart missed its target, clattering uselessly into the dust. Billy's heart pounded in his chest. His thoughts raced, knowing that the pride would be more agitated than ever. Now, the hunt had been interrupted, but the danger was far from over. Meanwhile, Kovu, the injured leopard, recognized the fleeting moment of hope. His body screamed in pain. Yet a surge of desperation pushed him forward. Inch by painstaking inch, he dragged himself toward the shelter of a low-hanging tree. Each movement, though slow and labored, felt like a victory, an act of defiance against the savage forces closing in around him. Billy's eyes were locked onto the scene, calculating every second, every breath. The pride was regrouping, their focus sharpened once more. Kovu, weakened and losing precious blood, was running out of time with no more hesitation. Billy fired again. The tranquilizer dart was slicing through the air. It struck the lead lion in the shoulder, and with a thunderous roar, the massive predator faltered, the drug code through him, and his legs wobbled beneath his weight, causing the pride to hesitate, confusion rippling through their ranks. The momentary uncertainty gave Kovu the final opportunity. He needed to summon every last ounce of strength. Kovu clawed his way up the tree, narrowly evading the lions who lunged at him. The pride could do nothing. Now their leader was down, and their prey had escaped at least for now. Billy's fingers gripped the wheel as he watched, his heart still racing. The tranquilized alpha lion was beginning to collapse, his roar weak and fading. As the drug took hold, the other lions, still confused, began to drift away, no longer focused on their prey. Kovu's breathing was shallow, and no one knew he couldn't wait much longer. The leopard's wounds were serious. He radioed his team, urging them to move quickly. Night was beginning to fall, and the temperature was dropping. No one knew that if they didn't get to Kovu soon, the leopard would succumb to his injuries. It wasn't just about saving a life, it was about restoring balance in the wild. His team arrived swiftly with a tranquilizer for Kovu. The dart was already loaded in Billy's rifle. The rangers moved cautiously, knowing they had one chance to make the rescue. They aimed and shot, ensuring the leopard wouldn't fall from the tree in his unconscious state. Once the tranquilizer took effect, they carefully climbed up the tree, lowering Kovu into a transport cage. The lions are now scattered and disoriented, watched from a distance, too preoccupied with their injured leader to interfere. As Billy's team loaded Kovu into the jeep, Billy glanced back at the pride. There was no hatred in their eyes, only the raw instinct of survival. He understood it. Had he been in their position, he might have done the same as the jeep rumbled away. Billy's thoughts lingered on the fragility of nature in the wild. The balance was delicately shifting with each moment. Sometimes it took just one intervention to tip the scales, and today it had tipped in favor of survival days past. In Kovu, the once injured leopard lay in the rehabilitation center, his body battered, but his spirit unwavering. The skilled veterinarians had worked tirelessly, stitching the deep gashes that marred his side and tending to his numerous wounds with care and precision. Kovu's physical recovery was slow, but the fire within him never faded. Gradually, he began to regain his strength, his appetite returning as he ate and drank, pushing his limits a little more each day. Weeks passed, and Kovu's resilience amazed everyone. Even with his legs still fragile, he began to climb again, cautiously at first, but with a steady, quiet determination. Kovu's recovery was nothing short of miraculous, a true testament to his indomitable will to survive. At last, the day came when Billy and his team, confident that Kovu was strong enough, prepared to release him back into the wild. The cage door creaked open, and the leopard paused, sniffing the air as the vast Serengeti stretched out before him. Then, with a single powerful leap, Kovu vanished into the tall grasses, free once more. As Billy watched Kovu vanish into the wilderness, he understood a simple truth. In the wild, every day is a battle, and today, Kovu had won. Nature's raw power serves as a constant reminder of the brutal laws that govern survival, where only the strongest endure. Yet even the fiercest sometimes need a helping hand. This is the story of Kovu, the leopard who faced certain death and defied all odds. His journey reminds us that even in the face of danger, hope can still carve a path forward. What do you think of this story? Let us know in the comments section. I hope you like this story. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Also, subscribe and press the bell icon to never miss the update from our channel. Thank you.